What if behind the glamour, beauty, and success of one of Hollywood's most admired actresses lies a lifetime of pain too deep for the cameras to capture? At 50, Charlize Theron, an Oscar-winning icon known for her grace and power, has lived a life marked by unimaginable tragedy and personal battles few truly understand. From witnessing trauma as a teenager to surviving the harsh realities of fame, her journey is a haunting reminder that success often comes at a price. Today, we uncover the heartbreaking truth behind Charlize Theron's life, the pain she endured, the demons she fought, and the strength that carried her through it all. Charlize Theron's story begins in Benoni, South Africa, a small town surrounded by farmlands and hardship. Long before the red carpets and golden awards, she was a shy girl with big dreams and a complicated home life. Her father struggled with alcohol, and her mother Gerda carried the weight of the family's survival. Growing up in the shadow of fear, Charlize learned resilience at an early age. She found escape through dance, art, and the dream of performing. But as her childhood wore on, the tension at home reached unbearable heights, setting the stage for one of the most traumatic events of her life, an event that would change her forever. At just 15 years old, Charlize experienced a tragedy that would haunt her for decades. Her father, drunk and violent, threatened both her and her mother with a gun. In a desperate act of self-defense, Gerda shot and killed him to protect them both. It was an incident that made global headlines, but few understood the emotional scars it left behind. Though the shooting was ruled justifiable, the trauma never left Charlize. She rarely spoke about it for years, but when she did, her words carried the weight of survival. "You don't move past it," she once said. "You carry it with you forever." That night, innocence ended, and a new chapter began. After the tragedy, Charlize poured herself into her passion for ballet. It became her refuge, her way of coping with the pain. She trained rigorously and earned a spot at the Joffrey Ballet School in New York City. But just when her dreams seemed within reach, a devastating knee injury ended her dance career before it began. Heartbroken and broke, Charlize found herself stranded in Los Angeles with no plan and little money. One moment of chance, however, changed her life. A confrontation with a bank teller led to her being noticed by a talent agent. It was the beginning of a journey that would transform her from a struggling immigrant into a Hollywood star. Charlize's rise in Hollywood was swift, but it was far from easy. Her striking beauty often led to her being typecast in shallow roles, something she fought against fiercely. She refused to rely solely on her looks, determined to prove her depth as an actress. Her breakout role came with Monster in 2003, where she portrayed serial killer Aileen Wuornos in a chilling, transformative performance that earned her an Academy Award. But even at the height of her success, Charlize felt the emotional toll of embodying such dark characters. "You carry the pain of the people you play," she said, words that revealed just how deeply her craft connects to her past. While Hollywood celebrated her success, Charlize was fighting private battles no one could see. The trauma from her childhood resurfaced in waves, often triggered by the pressures of fame and scrutiny. She has spoken openly about attending therapy for years, trying to heal from the emotional wounds that fame could never mask. Her relationships, too, were often strained by her past. Though she dated well-known figures like Stuart Townsend and Sean Penn, none of her relationships lasted. "I've learned to be alone without feeling lonely," she once said, revealing a quiet sadness behind her strong persona. Despite her heartbreaks, Charlize found new purpose in motherhood. She adopted 2 children, Jackson and August, and has been vocal about the joys and challenges of raising them as a single mother. Her devotion to them is unwavering. "They are my heart," she often says. But motherhood also brought its share of public judgment and controversy, particularly over her parenting choices and her open-mindedness in allowing her children to express themselves freely. Through it all, Charlize stood firm, reminding the world that love and acceptance matter more than opinion. In her children, she found the family she always longed for, a new chance to heal old wounds. Even after decades of success, Charlize has never shied away from calling out the darker side of the film industry. She has spoken about being mistreated by directors early in her career and about the pervasive sexism that defines Hollywood. One of her most shocking revelations came when she shared her experience with a producer who tried to take advantage of her during a meeting. "I was young and terrified," she recalled. Yet, instead of letting fear silence her, she turned that pain into power. Today, Charlize uses her platform to advocate for women's rights and fair treatment in Hollywood, a mission born from her own scars. Behind her fame and strength, Charlize has confessed to feelings of deep isolation. Despite her success, she often finds herself struggling with loneliness. The constant spotlight, public judgment, and loss of privacy have taken their toll. "It's hard to connect when people see you as an image," she said in one interview. While many assume she leads a perfect life, Charlize admits that some nights are filled with tears and reflection. The world may see the confident star walking red carpets, but inside she carries the quiet ache of someone who has endured too much, and survived by sheer willpower. Over the years, Charlize has sought healing through mindfulness, therapy, and spending time away from Hollywood's chaos. She's learned to find peace in nature, in the laughter of her children, and in giving back to others. Through her foundation, she's worked tirelessly to fight HIV/AIDS in Africa and support women's rights globally. Her humanitarian work has become an extension of her soul, a way to transform personal pain into purpose. "You can't undo the past," she once said, "but you can choose how it defines your future." Her journey toward peace is ongoing, a daily act of courage few ever witness. Charlize's acting choices reflect her bravery. She's played warriors, survivors, and women who fight back, roles that mirror her real life. From Mad Max, Fury Road to Bombshell, she's never shied away from confronting uncomfortable truths through her art. Each performance is a reflection of her resilience, a woman who channels her pain into power. Even at 50, she continues to redefine what it means to be a strong female lead in Hollywood, refusing to be boxed in by age or appearance. "You can be beautiful and fierce," she says, "but you can also be broken, and that's okay." No matter how much success she finds, the ghosts of Charlize's past still linger. She has admitted that the trauma from her father's death is something she carries every day, a shadow that never truly disappears. There are moments when she feels that her fame is both a gift and a curse, a constant reminder that no amount of success can erase the pain of memory. But unlike before, she no longer hides from it. Instead, she speaks openly, hoping her story can inspire others who've endured similar pain. "The hardest thing," she says, "is forgiving the past while still loving yourself enough to move on." Today, at 50, Charlize Theron stands as one of Hollywood's most respected and resilient figures. She has faced tragedy, loss, heartbreak, and injustice, but she remains unbroken. Her journey reminds us that beauty and fame can never protect anyone from pain, but courage and compassion can turn suffering into strength. She's not just an actress, she's a survivor, a mother, and a symbol of perseverance. And though the tragedies of her life may be beyond heartbreaking, they've also shaped the woman she is today, powerful, unapologetic, and determined to keep living, loving, and inspiring, one story, one moment, and one act of kindness at a time. Charlize Theron's life is not defined by tragedy, but by triumph. She has faced the unthinkable and transformed pain into purpose, heartbreak into hope. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that even in the darkest moments, light can emerge. And though her journey has been marked by loss, her resilience continues to shine brighter than ever, proving that true beauty lies not in perfection, but in surviving everything that tried to break you.